So I was supposed to have 10, but I have 12. What are they gonna do? Kick me out the collab? Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So today I have such a fun video for you guys. I am collabing with my amigas, that is Beauty in the Frizz and Yachty Beauty. We call ourselves the amigas, kind of like the Migos, you know, because it's 3 of us and those are my friends. But we are talking about, well, I have 12. I kind of just told you that. So we're talking about our top 10 eyeshadow palettes for the spring. And you know I don't need any excuse to talk about eyeshadow. But before we get started, if you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy. And I love makeup, so that's why it's Dr. Ash and her makeup. But please just call me Ash or Ashley. And like I just said, eyeshadow is my jam. Y'all already know that. So like I just mentioned, I am collaborating today with my good friends, Yachty Beauty, aka Miss Yachty. And then we have Beauty in the Frizz, which is Miss Kara. And they need no introduction on this channel. You guys know, like, they are just stand-up people. We have become fast friends. We have become great friends. We talk about everything, not just the makeup. Like, these are, I can say these two ladies are truly my friend. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about these eyeshadow palettes. And like I said, it was supposed to be 10. I have 12. What are you going to do about it? Okay. I'm not taking anything out. Nope. I have some newer palettes. I have some older palettes. And then a couple of the palettes, you know, I just kind of dug in the crates. You know, like how the DJ says, you go digging in the crates. That's what I did. And I just wanted to keep it fun, fresh, and interesting. So if you have some of these palettes in your collection, or maybe you were thinking about purchasing a couple of these palettes, it just gives you some options, things to pull out for the springtime, okay? And this is in no particular order because I just can't rank. No. So I'm just going to grab and I'm going to go. So let's go ahead and get started. First up, one of the palettes that puts me in the mood for spring. Now, this is not literally one of my favorite Pat McGrath palettes. A lot of people kind of like are lukewarm on this palette, but I mean, I do like it. And this is Rose Decadence, okay? So this palette is just beautiful. I mean, we were tired of the pinks when she came out with this palette, but the shades that do it for me in this particular palette, okay, here's the card. Okay, Scandalous. Scandalous does it for me, and then we have the shade Hedonistic Rose. You know I love a good aubergine, burgundy, plum, purpley. You know I love those type of mattes. And then also the shade Peach Dusk, which is beautiful transition shade. And I love this, that she's kind of giving us some transition shades that are not brown. And it just works so well on my skin complexion. And you already know I love shades like this. Like coppery, orangey, shifty shades are beautiful. Okay, so the shade that falls a little lackluster for me is the shade, what is it called? It's called Fuchsia Flame. It's just all right. And then we have Golden Honey. Golden Honey actually is a really beautiful golden shade. You can kind of use it as a highlighter also, but the texture of it, it's a little, it's a little gritty, it's a little sticky, it's a little hard to pick up. But overall, I really dig the vibes of this palette. And when I wear it, I have so much fun with it. So I really do like it. And it just puts me in the mood for spring. And I'm actually like in a kind of a spring mood because you guys know I live in Chicago. And today is April 15th. And usually by now we have been on winter part 10, okay? But actually the last few weeks it's been in the 60s. I've been able to just walk outside in a hoodie, you know, a lightweight jacket, not like my third winter jacket. If you live in the cold weather, you know what I mean. You got like several winter jackets. Like this is your it's below zero winter jacket. This is like it's in the teens, 20s, 30s winter jacket. This is, you know, your dressed winter jacket for when you got to go someplace nice. This is your lighter winter jacket when it's in the 40s, but it's still cold. Just a hoodie. And somewhat of a spring jacket. I really don't own any spring jackets because, like I said, it's never really spring here. Okay, next up. Anyway, we have the Collab Cosmetics Futurism 7 Shasimi City. Like, how fun is this palette? First of all, you already know, love the packaging when it comes to Collab Cosmetics. This palette is just gorgeous. It's neutral, but the shimmers in here, oh my gosh. First of all, just beautiful. They're dual chromes. You could just see them from the sky. I love it. I mean, you just get a nice neutral look, and then you hit them with the shimmer, and the look is just boom, up to the next level. So I just feel like this palette is really fun, light, airy. It's a great option for spring. Okay, so this is such an oldie, and I used this today, and I was like, this is the palette I kind of like. It's like went digging in the crates for. Like, it survives all the declutters. And I'm like, it's so pretty, but I never use it. So this is the Too Faced Life's a Festival palette. I want to say this palette came out in maybe 27. No, I think this palette actually came out in 2018. And first of all, the packaging is just, it's lackluster. It's just, it screams kids makeup. You know Too Faced. They don't know if they want to put you in the bedroom or if they want to take you to like the toy store. There's no in between. It's like sex or it's like going to the toy store. You know what I mean? Like they just have no happy medium. But I would say that the shadows in here are gorgeous. Like, first of all, okay. So I have these two shades in my crease. Right here, so I have this and this in my crease. That's Fun to See, and then we have Dusk Till Dawn in the outer V, and then I have Artist Pass. Oh, and then also I have Fun in the Sun and Fireflies. So this palette is just gorgeous, and it has dual chromes, and that's why I've never been able to like get rid of the palette, because it's always had like these fun little pops, and the quality was pretty good. Now I would say, like, I was using it today, and you know, did I stick my finger in it? Well, dog, I did. What else is new? So of course I stuck my finger in it, but you know. So I would say, look at Euphoria. Just look at it. Just terrible. Anyway, so I would say I was using this today, and I was like, it's good, but it's not that great, but it's okay. It's not the worst. But lately I've just been, I mean, I am spoiled. I'm like between the Glam Shop and Alien Cosmetics and Sydney Grace and Pat McGrath and Natasha. I'm like, if the shimmers are not like hitting, then it's like, but it's a beautiful palette. I would not say if it came out today, it might fall a little flat compared to like 2021 is like the year of the dual chrome, but you know, it's some cute options. And if you have it, just pull it on out. You get some cute spring looks, okay? Next up, I have Fairy Frolic by Alien Cosmetics. And then I just had to dip in here and just take this beautiful green dual chrome and just throw a little bit extra to get the little extra pop that I needed. But this is spring to me. This is the grungy glam spring. I mean, you have beautiful pops of greens. You got the rose golds. You got the berries. You have the dual chrome action. I mean, it's gorgeous. Like, this is not scream spring. I think it does. So I just feel like it's beautiful. You get so many great unique looks with this shade. You get neutral, you get green, you get just anything you want to do. And I feel like the color story is just so easy to work with. You got the little mustard shade and this shade Frolic. Oh my God. If you love gold metallic shades, that shade right there is amazing. So for a little grungy spring, and this palette, I was like, I am just liking this palette more and more and more. And I also like it because it has like great pastel options in here for me, especially when it comes to my skin complexion and actually showing up. And it is the Natasha Denona Trio Chrome palette. Like, come on. First of all, you know I love greens. You know I love purples. You know, so Barney vibes all day long. And, you know, you have the peachy matte. So I feel like this one, even though there's only 3 trio chrome shades, 3 dual chrome. First of all, I hate the name trio chrome. She couldn't think of nothing else. But I love the palette, and it's really growing on me, and more I use it, I combine it with other palettes. I think it's just fun. Like I said, the matte shades just really put me in the mood for spring. It gives me that grungy glam spring, and you know, sometimes it's just hard to find good pastels that will work on my skin complexion, and I'm not that deep. Next up is ColourPop, the Main Squeeze palette. This little baby, I mean, it's just so cute. You guys know I love some red shadows, but oh my gosh, the shimmers just do it for me. The mattes do it for me too, because you got some mid-tone mattes. I got the peachy tone mattes, and then I also have my deepening up shade. I have the red satin shade, and this gold shade in the middle. What is that? Juicy fruit. It has a red shift to it. It's beautiful. Maraschino, Baywatch. I mean, just beautiful, nice pops of color. This is red without being too red in your face, and I feel like if you're my complexion a little bit deeper, like this palette will really pop on you. But even if you're a fair complected, like this palette is just not going to overpower you. It's going to look nice where it's not just too much going on. Palette that I am just obsessed with. First of all, you know I'm obsessed with the Glam Shop. If you have been around in the past couple of months, I am just obsessed with the Glam Shop. So how could I not include this beautiful green palette called Zlone? I mean, it's just the most beautiful monochromatic green palette that, I mean, okay, I have the BH Cosmetics pistachio palette, and that palette is quite beautiful. So I don't know which one will win. I can't pick, so don't make me pick. The shades in here are just gorgeous. I feel like, you know, green, it just screams spring. I mean, you have like your white gold. Oh, there we go. Opposite, looking in the monitor. So you have like your white golds right there with the pop of green and the gold. You have your Kelly greens. You have your deep forest greens. You got the lime greens. You got your the khaki green also that gives you the little grunge vibe. I mean, it's just a gorgeous palette. It's gorgeous. The shimmers are out of this world. They're so easy to deal with. These are not pressed glitters. These are pearls inside of here. That's how they get the shine. I mean, this right here is just a quality product, and it's beautiful. So it definitely just gives me the mood of spring. And then look at the package. It's just all fresh and light and airy. If this is not giving you spring vibes, then I don't know what is. Tiny Marvels by Cindy Gray's collaboration with Mel Thompson. I mean, the color story is gorgeous. Now, sometimes some of the shades do fall a little flat for me on my complexion, but this particular, well, time out. I hate how beat up my palette looks because, you know, I try to take care of my makeup, but my palette came a little broken. So Love Bug and Flutterby were a little broken. But I love the grunginess of these mattes, like Tree Hopper, Walking Stick, and Death Moth. I love how grungy those are. I don't always have those in my collection. Scarab is beautiful as well. It's that classic blue brown. Then you have your rose gold tones. You have the pop of yellow gold, and it's just beautiful. And Firebuds is amazing. It's like a green olive gold. It has so much shine to it. I mean, the whole vibe of the palette is just saying spring. I would say, like, this palette's a little dusty. I mean, there's a lot of kick up going on in here, but these shades are beautiful. The performance is great. And like the whole complete project just gives me that vibe right here. I mean, this artwork is all right. Another palette that gives me just the good old spring vibes, or just like anytime I enjoy using it, actually, it's the It's My Pleasure palette from ColourPop. This beautiful 9-pan palette. I mean, this is just like purples done right. They really knocked it out the park when they did this palette. So if you get your hands on it, you should definitely get your hands on it. Let's see. This shade, Sandman, I'm like looking at it. I'm like, okay, my shades are going everywhere in this palette. But it is just gorgeous. I mean, you have fuchsia, you got the deep purple, you got the dual chromes, you have the mattes to set it off. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And it's just 9 shades done right. And a purple color story. All right, so you know we got some more Mama Pat. And right here, when I think about spring, I love this palette. Where's my card? Okay, I guess I don't have the card. But this is La Vie en Rose. Oh my gosh, like, it's just a tragedy that she does not bring this back. So if you do not have this in your collection, I'm so sorry. Maybe you might be able to find it on Mercari. brand new, but this is just gorgeous. First of all, this shade right here, Purple Rain, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It's like a satin matte because it just gives you that oomph. And you already know, like, purples like that are just so hard to formulate. But that particular shade you can find as an idol, and it's kind of floating around in other, you know, collections or other, I think, little mini palettes by her. I mean, you have some beautiful matte shades. You have Valoria. I mean, the gold in here is beautiful as well. You have a beautiful champagne shade. Pale Fire Nectar, I want to say that it's called. I mean, the whole color story of this palette is gorgeous. I remember when it came out, it was the springtime, and I just have so much fun using this palette. All right, guys, so we're down to the last two palettes. So I have Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. I mean, when you pull it out, I'm like, how could you not think spring after you've been inside for the winter? You got these fun pops of yellow, and they're a little bit more goldenly melanated, you know, marigold yellow with that orange base in it. You have just beautiful purples. You have the champagne shades. And usually I'm not such a neutral shimmer person, but these shimmers like Day Spring right here is gorgeous as well. You have Agate that's gorgeous, Laurette that's gorgeous. I mean, this whole row is just amazing. I love the mattes. They work well. You already know, like, first of all, shades like Phlox are just like up my back alley. Like, you know, I would just put that all over the lid and keep it moving without any question. So I just really adore this palette, and I was like, oh my goodness, I just need to pull it out and play with it more. Okay, last but definitely not least, and probably one of my favorite palettes in my collection. She just really needs no introduction. Mothership 8 Divine Rose 2. I mean, you already know. You already know. Like, first of all, she's an any time of the year palette, okay? But she definitely came out in spring last year. I mean, you have like the deep aubergines, you have the bronzes, you have the gold, you have VR Extraterrestrial with that beautiful dual chrome flip. And what's so nice about this particular dual chrome shade is that, like, no mother pad is not the first to do it, but this particular formula is beautiful because it gives you a lightness to your eyes when you blend it out. Most duochromes usually have a black base, but this does not, and that gelée formula just makes it so smooth where you can just blend it all out and not worry about your look turning very dark. What you have to do with most sometimes duochrome shades because that black base is so deep. But then also you have like the nice transition tones. I mean, you should just get so many beautiful looks out of this. I love this palette. You already know, like, you already know. So, all right, guys, so those are the 10 palettes I chose plus 2, and this was just so much fun for me to film. I love digging in my collection and talking about the eyeshadow palettes I have. You guys already know that. It was fun to film this video in collaboration with Miss Yachty Beauty and Beauty in the Frizz. Go over to their channels and send them some love. Drop the little, you know, dancing emoji. You know, they'll know that's Dr. Ash. You know, she doing the chair dance. But talk to me in the comments. Let me know which of the palettes are you feeling for spring, which ones you have in your collection, which one you probably haven't even thought about pulling out for this particular time period. And just let me know because, you know, I would love to talk to you guys down in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be very, very soon. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because, you know, I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the chair dance, chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. All right, guys. Bye.